You are not going to believe the week we just had. We've got the brand new Mario Kart getting absolutely bodied in sales by its 8-year-old predecessor. We've got Battlefield dev already making excuses, telling us the game's menus are probably still going to be a little bit clunky at launch. On the flip side, Call of Duty might finally be small enough to fit on your hard drive. Gearbox is already selling us the post-launch roadmap for Borderlands 4. And EA's own app snitched on them and leaked the next Sims 4 expansion. So I gotta ask, what are they doing? Today we're breaking out all the W's and L's and the straight up corporate fumbles. We're talking about the new Gen L for Nintendo, some questionable transparency from DICE, and a whole lot of companies putting the cart before the horse. Let's get into the heat. Let's start with a story that is just ridiculous on the surface. The brand new shiny next-gen Mario Kart World on Switch 2 is getting smoked in sales by Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a game that is 8 years old, no cap. According to the July sales data, Mario Kart World dropped all the way to 6th place on the Nintendo bestsellers list, while the OG Mario Kart 8 Deluxe climbed up to 4th place. Now, let's be critical but fair. We gotta put this in context. Mario Kart World is a Switch 2 exclusive, a console that only sold about 6 million units so far. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is on the original Switch, which is in the hands of nearly 158 million people, so the potential audience is just on a different planet. In fact, reports say the Mario Kart World has sold about as many copies as there are Switch 2 consoles, which is actually a massive success. It's basically a system seller. But fam, the optics are just funny. It's like watching a prime rookie get crossed up and dunked on by a grandpa at the local gym. It doesn't help that Mario Kart World had a rough start with the community, with fans being frustrated by some of the changed menus, and let's not forget the price tag, a whopping $80 on a console that was already more expensive than people expected. So, while Nintendo is probably swimming in money, it's still wild to see an 8-year-old game putting in that much work against its brand new successor. And a little bit more context, Mario Kart World had a lot of drama at start. It wasn't just a little bit. They were actually being anti-consumer, and like they were like not allowing players to like play in any type of mode they wanted online. They were making it where like when you were in online races, you had to play a certain map and everything, and they wouldn't allow you to play other maps and stuff. So I could see people that bought the Switch 2 that didn't buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the original Switch going back and buying that and playing that instead, because like they were really being really anti-consumer and then charging $80 on top of it. Crazy work. But hey man, I don't be playing my Switch like that, and I don't have the Switch 2 because I'm not buying that because yeah, it has battery problems right now. So y'all enjoy that. All right, let's move on to a story that is a masterclass in saying the quiet part out loud. We all know the Battlefield 6 open beta was a huge success, but one of the biggest complaints from the community was the menu and the in-game UI. People are flaming it, calling it a Netflix UI because of its clunkiness. Title-based layout that felt like it was designed for a TV remote, not a mouse and keyboard. So, what's the dev team's response? Well, in an interview with PC Gamer, Battlefield Studios technical director Christian Bull gave us some of that corporate transparency we're always asking for. And it was a little out of pocket. He confirmed that they're looking at the feedback and making changes, but then he dropped this gem. It's probably still going to be a little bit chunky when we launch, but we're going to continue to improve it going forward. I don't know how long it takes to fix a UI, but like that's that big of a thing to like that it would take that much effort to put in to fix. But I whatever. But bam, what? You're admitting before the game is even out that a core part of the user experience is going to be a little bit clunky? That's like a 5-star restaurant telling you, yeah, the plates might be a little dirty when you get here, but we'll wipe them down eventually. I appreciate the honesty, I really do. It's better than silence, but it's also a huge L. To know that a problem the community universally pointed out during the beta isn't going to be fully fixed for the October 10th launch, it just shows the pressure these teams are under to hit a release date, even when they know part of the game isn't ready for prime time. And if you can't fix this issue before launch, how are y'all supposed to be switching to a yearly release like it was leaked that EA's wanting to do? Alright fam, I don't know what you guys think though. Is this kind of transparency a W because they're being honest, or an L because they're admitting the game is launching with known issues? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get to some news that is a certified W for anyone who ever had to delete their entire digital library just to install a Call of Duty update. For years, the massive file size of COD has been a running joke in the community. Well, it looks like Activision might have finally heard our cries. A new leak from a reliable Twitter account, PlayStation Game Size, suggests that an upcoming update for Call of Duty HQ app is going to reduce the game-based file size by over 100 gigabytes on the PS5. The current version is over 126 gigabytes, and the unreleased update is reportedly just 25 gigabytes. That's not a diet, fam. That's a whole full-body transformation. Now, it's not entirely clear how they're pulling off this magic trick, but it comes just a few weeks after Activision removed both Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 from the HQ app. It looks like they're cleaning house to make way for Black Ops 7 on November 14th. This is great news. It means we might finally be able to have Call of Duty and maybe one other game installed on our consoles at the same time. What a time to be alive. And for everyone hyped for the next game, don't forget that COD Next event is coming up on September 30th, where we'll get a ton of new info on Black Ops 7, if that's your boat that you like to float. Yo, real talk fam, before we get into the next segment, I gotta show some love to the community. You guys are the reason I can keep doing this, no cap. And if you want to support the channel and help me keep making these videos, consider joining the SeemlyTuber Media Squad for as little as $5 a month. You can become a channel member. You'll get some sick exclusive emotes to flex in the comments. You'll get a special badge to show everyone you're a real one. And you'll get a shout out in my videos, for real. Your support helps keep the content coming and keeps me on the grind. So if you're feeling it, hit that join button below and become part of the squad. Much love, fam. Now, let's get back to the heat. All right, let's talk about Gearbox, because they are on one right now. Last week, they announced that Borderlands 4 is launching on September 12th without basic features like cross-save and cross-progression. And what do they follow that up with this week? A detailed post-launch roadmap of all the paid and free content you can expect for the next 6 months. Bam, this is a three-ring circus of corporate priorities. You can't get a fundamental feature like cross-progression ready for launch, but you've already got the first 2 paid DLC packs mapped out. What are they doing? Here's the breakdown. In Q4 2025, we're getting a free Halloween seasonal event called The Horrors of Kairos, a high-level invincible boss challenge, and the first paid bounty pack with new missions and cosmetics. Then, in Q1 of 2026, we're getting a free update that brings back the legendary Pearlescent loot tier from Borderlands 2, which is a huge W for the hardcore fam. But right alongside that, we're getting the first paid story expansion, Mad Ellie and the Vault of the Damned, which will add a new Vault Hunter. It's just a classic case of putting the cart before the horse. They're already planning the dessert menu before the appetizer has even hit the table. While the return of pearlescent loot is fire, the whole situation just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It feels like they're more focused on the post-launch monetization than they are on delivering a complete, feature-rich experience on day one. Let's wrap it up with a quick one. That is just a classic corporate fumble. EA's own decided to snitch on them. On August 28th, an update to the EA app accidentally posted the entire roadmap for The Sims 4 for the rest of the year, including the next big expansion pack. Fans were quick to screenshot the leak before it was taken down. According to the roadmap, the next expansion pack will be revealed on September 4th, and it's set to release on October 2nd. A promotional image that also leaks suggests the pack will be called Adventure Awaits and will have an outdoor adventure-y vibe, possibly with new skills like archery and the return of imaginary friends. It's just a hilarious out-of-pocket way for news to break. You can't even trust your own launcher to keep a secret these days. So, there it is, fam. The new Mario Kart is getting lapped by an old timer. Battlefield is admitting its menus are gonna be clunky. Call of Duty is finally going on a diet. Borderlands is selling us the future before the present is even finished. And The Sims got leaked by its own app. What a week of chaos, but that's my take. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Drop a comment, let me know which story got you the most heated. Hit that like button if you learned something, and sub to the channel so you don't miss the next deep dive. You already know, hit me on Twitter or X, whatever you like to comment, join the squad. And I'll see y'all on another. SeemlyTuber out, much love, peace.